Okay. All right. So, just some general housekeeping and first day information. As I said before, my name is Rebecca Hoffman. I'm super happy to see some familiar names. For those of you who have never had a class with me, you guys can call me Rebecca. You can call me Mrs. Hoffman. You can call me Professor. Doesn't matter. But that's who I am. I've been teaching for NWTC. Let me see, 8 years. Before then, I taught for CMN for about 5 years, I think. So English is my favorite, writing is my favorite. I am one of those nerds they warn you about who actually enjoys reading and writing. But I don't expect you guys to have that same love. Okay, so don't worry about that. Let me see if there's anything else you need to know about me. No, not really. I'm not that exciting. Sorry. Okay, so what I want to do here is just go over a couple of things. We know this is virtual. We are working with technology. We're working with Wi-Fi signals. And so we just have to be really flexible with each other. We just have to understand that there might be like one weird random day where the signal goes wonky and all of a sudden we disconnect from each other. If that happens, try to get booted up as quickly as possible and sign in as quickly as you can. It has happened to me, I think, once or twice in the whole time that I've had to teach virtual, that the signal actually lost on my end and I had to go and open the class back up. It's technology. There's hiccups. Let's just be really understanding with each other, okay? Whenever you guys need to get my attention, you can turn on your mic. You can send me a chat anytime throughout the class in the chat box. I try to keep my eye on all of that. I even keep my email box open during class. I don't look at that one quite as frequently, but that is another way that you can get a hold of me. So yeah, technology issues, whatever, we roll with them and we do what we have to do, okay, to make this work. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I don't have my camera on all of the time. I turn it on every once in a while to pop in and talk to you guys, but I do, again, understand that not everybody has the strongest Wi-Fi signal. It would be nice to see your faces every once in a while, but you don't have to turn on your camera. There may be times where I ask you to turn on your camera just for things that we have to do in class. But yeah, as a general rule, at least just make sure your microphone is off, so we don't accidentally hear things that you don't want us to hear. That has happened and it is entertaining, but probably not for the person who had their mic on. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and take us into the internet. That sounds kind of weird. I'm going to open the internet on our screen. Okay, so right now what you should be looking at is the announcements page for our Blackboard class. If you do not see that, I would love for you guys to let me know in the chat box, okay? So if you are not seeing, if you do not see our announcements page, please let me know, okay? I just have to get some stuff moved around here. Okay. All right. So before we get like too far into things and just jump into a ton of information, because we all know first day of class is like major information dump. Excuse me. What I want to do is I have a wheel of names. Okay. And let me sorry, I have to do some clicking here. Okay. So I have my wheel of names. You're going to notice there's probably some names on there of individuals who are not here today, which is fine. They're just on our roster. So we're just going to kind of roll with it. Here is what I want to do. We're going to roll the wheel. If your name is the one that pops up, I just want you to say, "Hi, my name is," and then just let us know, like if your name is Rebecca but you prefer to be called Becky, please let us know that. Okay, I try to make note. I try to make sure that I call you by the name that you would like to be called. Okay. I also would like to know if you have ever taken a virtual class before. Okay. So introduce yourself, let us know the name you want to be called by, and then let us know if you have taken a virtual class before. All right. I was going to try something really quickly here. Give me just a second. I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen for just a moment. Okay. Before I forget, I'm actually taking our attendance, because if I don't do it now, I will not remember later. And then what I'm going to do is take out the names of the individuals who are not here today. That'll help us move things a little bit quicker. Okay. All right, I'm going to share my screen back up here again with you guys. Okay, so hopefully I have the names right. If we go through the wheel and we don't say your name, please let me know. Okay, so let's get started. And there should be, okay. And I love this wheel because I feel like everybody needs to start their day with a round of applause. So, Ella, if you want to turn on your mic, let us know if we're saying your name right or what you like to be referred to, and if you have taken a virtual class before.
Okay. Hi everybody. My name is Ella, and then Ella is just fine, and I have taken a virtual class before.
Yep. And I actually did know the answer to that one.
Yeah.
It's good to see you or see your name. All
Me
right.
too.
Thank you, Ella. Okay. See who gets the next round of applause. All right,
Hi,
Lexi.
so my name is Lexi, and this is not my first online class.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. So Lexi is okay then.
Yeah, Lexi or Alexis, it will probably go back and forth. I typically write Alexis on like all of my worksheets, but I know my name is Lexi in Blackboard, so
Okay. Okay. So you're not going to be insulted one way or another then.
no, people use it interchangeably all of the time.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
No problem.
And I think I might have heard somebody just join us. I was just going to look here really quickly. Maybe not. Okay. All right. Let's see who's next.
Hi, my name is Taya. I don't go by anything else, and this is not my first virtual class.
It's good to see your name, Taya. Okay. Let's see who's next.
Hi, my name is Bailey. Bailey's just fine, and I think at this point I've taken more virtual classes than in person.
Oh my goodness. I know it's kind of just how things are going right now, isn't it? Okay. Well, welcome, Bailey.
Hi, I'm Angela. I go by Angie or Angela. It doesn't matter, and this is not my first virtual class.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome, Angela.
Hello, my name's Alexis. Alexis is awesome. Just because I see we have multiple close names.
Yeah.
I have taken quite a few virtual online classes since all this started.
Okay. Yeah, I'm never sure for you guys if, this could be your first semester, so it would be your first virtual class. So, okay. All right. Well, welcome, Alexis.
My name is Bryce. I'm fine with Bryce. I don't really care as long as you get the point across. And this is not my first virtual classroom.
Okay. Well, welcome, Bryce. It's nice to know that I haven't scared some of you guys off who have taken classes with me before. Okay. Well, obviously, Jasmine's name is last, but even Jasmine deserves her round of applause. So,
So I'm Jasmine. Just call me Jasmine. No Jazz, Jazzy, none of that. Just Jasmine. This is technically my first virtual class. I've taken online courses before, but I have 3 virtual classes this semester.
ooh, wow. Okay. It's, there's a learning curve, but it's easy once you get into it. So, welcome to class. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing our screen really quickly because while you guys were introducing yourselves, I got an email from a couple of your classmates that there is a duplicate link. This happened last semester once as well, and we still were never able to figure out why there was a duplicate link. So again, first day hiccups. If you guys will kind of chill for a moment while I try to help our other classmates get back in. Yeah, just hang on tight, okay? I want to take us into Blackboard. And depending on what your setup is, you can feel free to click along in Blackboard with me. I know some of you are, you join with your phones and your computers, so you can kind of, really multitask there. So right now you should be seeing the announcements screen. What I'm going to do is over here on our left are where all of our major class links are. Okay, you will notice that on my screen it says virtual classroom, but I have hidden this link now. So you will not have access to a virtual classroom link in resources anymore. So hopefully next Friday we won't have any issues with everybody signing in. All right. I am going to click on this link right here, the syllabus calendar link. I don't know if any of you guys had time yesterday just to kind of click around in class and look through, but I do want to make sure that you can find our syllabus. This is the same document. It's just that I know not all of my students, or I should say some of my students have issues opening Word documents from Blackboard. So I try to include a PDF option. Okay. So I'm going to pull up the syllabus on the screen and just kind of go through, like we're not going to read everything, but I do want to go through the important pieces. Okay. So feel free to download that, and that way you have access to it later. I'm going to click on Word and make sure that that's sharing with you. Okay. So you guys should be seeing a Word document. All right. Sorry, what happens is that there's too many things that I'm working on one screen. All right, so everybody's here. We've finally worked through the hiccups. This is English Composition 2, okay? Because of COVID, I am not on campus, so you can't just like pop into my office, unfortunately, but I do have a virtual office, okay? So if you should ever need to meet with me, if you have concerns, this would be the way that we could meet face-to-face, one-on-one. I would just need you to email me and say, hey, we totally need to set up a time here, all right? Because I'm not on campus, I don't have a telephone number to give you guys, so I apologize for that. However, I'm usually pretty good at email. My turnaround time is usually between 12 to 24 hours. If it's the weekend, it's going to take me a little bit longer. Sorry, I have a family. I've got kids and they are involved in everything. So the weekends, there's probably going to be a little bit of a delay in my response. Our class is virtual this entire semester. We will always meet on Fridays at 9 o'clock to 11:50. Okay. I need you guys to be here every week. I like to see your names. I like to hear your voices. I like to see your faces, but more than anything, I don't want you guys to miss out on anything. Okay. This class moves fast, believe it or not. Even though it's a 15-week class, it still moves fast. Okay. I do know that not everybody has their textbook. So we're going to discuss that in just a little bit. Our textbook is Essentials of Argument. It's the 3rd edition. Okay, that's all that information right there for you. I totally suggest that you guys get like a USB drive for this class. I know that you guys are super efficient and you know how to save in your cloud and you save on your computer, and that is great. But as a rule of thumb, I always tell you guys 3 places. You need to have 3 places where you save your work. You should save it on your computer, on a cloud drive somewhere, and on a USB drive. Okay? Happens every semester. I have a student whose computer crashes, whose USB drive goes on the fritz, or for whatever reason they can't sign in and get their document from their cloud account. Okay, so you got a backup and then a backup for the backup. If you guys were not aware, you actually get access to Microsoft Office 360 for free. Okay, so just follow this link in the syllabus and the library can actually help you walk you through getting access to that. Like I said, it's totally free. So you get Word, I think it's Word, PowerPoint, and something else. But in any case, you get it for free. Throughout this course, these are our course competencies, and believe it or not, they are integrated in the assignments and the classwork that we do. If you've taken an NWTC class before, you should be familiar with the employability skills. I'm not going to touch on them too much today just because you're going to be getting a ton of information today anyway. But we will discuss these employability skills at a later time. Because of COVID, we now have a COVID safety statement. We're virtual, so we don't really have to cover too much of this. But if you have to be on campus, please make sure you're doing the whole physical distancing thing. Make sure you've got your face covering or your mask. Be respectful, okay? Be respectful. Keep your hands clean. Keep your distance. Keep everybody healthy. As far as attendance, like I said, I want you guys here, okay? It makes it easier on you and it makes it easier on me. But I do understand that things happen, okay? If something happens and you cannot be at class, please get a hold of me. I don't want you to miss out on important information, okay? I am going to try every week to make sure that our class session is being recorded. I don't normally record it for the full class, just usually when we are hitting some information, explanation. And I will try to make sure that those class recordings are available to you guys. So you'll have some information that way, but to make things the easiest on you, just be here, okay? Yeah, if you have to miss, reach out to your classmates, ask them questions, email me if you have questions. Yeah, okay. If you just stop coming to class, it would be better for you to just officially withdraw, because I have to give you an F if you don't withdraw. And I really hate putting those in the grade book. So please don't make me do those, okay? I do take attendance every class right at the beginning, okay? So please, 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 please be here. Please take note of the last line there. If you are not in class on more than 3 occasions, there is an assignment at the very end of the semester, an employability skills rubric, and you will get a 0 for the employability skills rubric. It's worth like 100 points, so you don't want that to happen. Again, we're not on campus, it's virtual, but just kind of take note of this if you do have any on-campus classes. Here is the student handbook information. We're not going to read through it. Just know that you can also get the student handbook online if you really wanted to look through it. If you go to the school's website, there's like that current students tab and you can find it under there, okay? So we're not going to go through that. Going to keep going. As far as instructor responsibility, I'm going to try to make this a good, safe space, our virtual space. I like to have fun. As I said, I enjoy writing. I enjoy reading. I think English is awesome. Confusing, but awesome. I'm going to do my best to keep in communication with you guys. Please note, like I said, on the weekends, it could be 48 hours before I get to you. But during the week, I'm usually a lot better on that. I'm going to grade your assignments as quickly as possible. I usually say rule of thumb is it takes me about a week, around a week, fingers crossed, from the time the assignment is due to the time it is graded, okay? I will be giving you guys feedback, so please take that feedback and do what you can, okay? My job is just to help you do your best. Your responsibility, basically be a good student, okay? Make sure you're checking your student email account. Do your best, please, even when you email me, to use English grammar, punctuation, capitalization, all of those things, okay? And I do use Starfish for this class, so, you know, there may be times that I'll try to connect to you through Starfish. That's kind of why you need to check your student email account. Okay. Student services. The student services information is on there. Academic coaching link is right there as well. As far as technology, this one is kind of a kicker, especially for this class, because it's all on technology. And I've taken virtual classes, so I know how easy it is to pick up my phone while the instructor's talking. And I know how easy it is just to, load things up or to zone out or whatever. Just do your best, okay? I know we're human. Do your best to pay attention. I try to give you guys a couple of breaks, some human breaks to kind of walk away from the computer. So know that you'll have the opportunity to respond to a text or whatever later on. If your phone rings and you just absolutely have to take a phone call, I would love it if you could just private message me and just say, hey, I've got to take this phone call. So I'm signed into class, but I'm actually not by my computer. I'll probably be stepping away for about 15 minutes. Or if you need to sign out, try to get me a message really quickly before you sign out. Okay, use that private chat option. We don't really have to worry about the campus being closed, again, because we meet in a virtual classroom. So no snow days for you guys, sorry. As far as syllabus changes, I kind of pace it by you guys. There have been times when I look at a class and I see that they need more time on a big assignment. And so I add extra time. But I always make sure that I discuss it with the class and kind of take a class vote and we go from there, okay? Grading policy. When you guys submit your assignments to Blackboard, make sure they are in Word or make sure they are PDF files. Nothing else will work. Don't send me a Google Doc. Don't send me a Pages doc if you happen to work on a MacBook. It has to be a Word document or a PDF file, okay? As far as saving assignments, I have this format. This actually helps you guys. So if you are having an issue finding an assignment, if you know exactly how you've titled it, it's easier to find. So these are just my recommendations as far as how you save the file names. You're not going to be graded, you're not going to have points off if you don't save them that way. There'll be quizzes, yeah, not going through everything. So, late homework. Do I accept late homework? Yes. But I don't want to accept late homework like 5 weeks after it was due. Okay. I will give you guys like a week beyond the deadline. But to be fair, if it's late, I can't give you full credit. Okay. So just kind of keep that in mind. What you also need to know is that no matter what, all of your major assignments have to be submitted to pass this course. So even if you only get like 50% of your points on a paper, you still need to submit it because that paper has to be in order for you to pass this class. Okay. Just a general rundown of the points. Okay. This is how the grading scale for NWTC. And then at the end of the syllabus is our course calendar. Okay. We will follow this as best as possible, but I try to be flexible because things happen. Like today, we're probably not going to get into everything because I know that not everybody has their textbook yet. Okay. So when you look at this column here where it has the in-class activities and topics covered, you might find that some of things from week 1 get pushed off to week 2, okay? But try to follow the stuff that you need to have done before class, and then try to follow the assignments and the due dates and due times, okay? You will find that your assignments will either be due like at midnight or they'll be due at 8:30 before class starts. So those are the 2 time slots we tend to stick to. Okay. Any questions on the syllabus? Okay. That was your first major information dump. All right. Now, I want you guys to take to the chat box and I want you to let me know if you have ever used Kahoot before. Okay, so take to the chat box, let me know. Okay. Okay, so it does look like that not everybody has used Kahoot before, and that is fine. What you guys need to know about me is I like Kahoot. Okay, and Kahoot is a great way and a fun way for us to kind of recap information. Okay, so for the individuals in this class who have never ever used Kahoot, don't you worry, okay? We are going to walk you through it. So Kahoot can either be used, you can download an app on your phone. It's literally the Kahoot app. Or you can go to kahoot.it. You can also play this game just on your computer, so you don't have to download anything special. Okay. In just a moment, what I'm going to do is I am going to provide a PIN number for you guys to type in, and that will load up the game. Okay. Once you load that up, it'll ask you for, I think it like asks you for your name. You can type in your name, you can type in a nickname, whatever. I always just ask that whatever you guys put in there is at least PG-13. You would be surprised, but there is a reason that I say that. Okay, I've had some interesting names typed in there. So you're going to type in your name. Then once everybody is signed in, we will start the game. The idea is to not only answer the questions correctly, but to answer it as quickly as possible, because that is what puts you on top. Okay. So let me do something really quickly. I need to generate the code for you. So I'm going to actually do that. Give me a moment. And the music is usually loud, so we'll have to deal with that. Oh, hey, look at that. Okay, so in Kahoot.it or in your app, the game pin is right there on the screen. Type that in, put your name on there, and we will go from there. Okay, it looks like we have everybody. So here's the deal, you guys. This Kahoot is regarding the syllabus that we just went through. Okay, I just want to make sure that you guys know where to find information. So let's go from there. Just a really easy Kahoot to get us started. All right. All right. How can I contact Professor Hoffman? Which one of these would be the best option? If at any point in time your Kahoot drops out on you, let me know, okay? Yes, I'm glad you guys all got that right, though I must say I am mildly disappointed nobody chose the carrier pigeon. Okay, so yes, if you guys need to contact me, email is the best way, but please remember that while we are in class, you can private message me in the chat box, okay? All right, These are the ones that had the speedy answers. Let's go to the next one. This is a true or false. The student handbook is under the current students tab on the NWTC website. All right, good job. It is there. So you have the link in your syllabus, or, you know, if you're bored one day, you can go to the school's website and look it up. Ooh, a little bit of shifting. Look at that. Okay, let's keep going. Quiz question. What is considered inappropriate use of technology in our classroom? Choose the best answer. Inappropriate use of technology. All right. All of the above. So while sending my bestie a mid-class snap is inappropriate use of technology, so are the other ones. Okay. I totally get it that sometimes you guys think that you need like the background noise when you're working on stuff, which I do like to give you guys time in class to work. So if you're on your own working, I don't mind if you turn on music because that's how you work best. But while I'm talking, or, you know, like while we're discussing stuff in class, try not to have that stuff going on. Okay. All right. Some more shifting. Next one looks like Angela has the highest streak. Good job. True or false? Plagiarism is to steal and pass off as one's own the ideas, words of another to present as new and original. It's on the syllabus. We didn't read through it, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, exactly. Pretty sure you guys know the answer to that one. It's a big thing. You guys are going to be doing a lot of research in this class, so we're going to need to make sure that we are utilizing, citing our sources, okay? Looks like Bailey is on fire. Okay. Quiz. I should name my files in which format? Ooh, do you remember the format that I showed you there before we were almost done? If you have your syllabus open, you can look at it really quickly. Okay. So, as I said before, I'm not going to knock off any points or anything, but I encourage you, so you should name that your files in the format of last name, first name, assignment name. Okay, I promise it's in your best interest. All right, let's keep going. Select all correct answers regarding late work. This is a trick one, be careful. Okay. All of those answers are correct regarding late work. You must turn them in within 1 week of the deadline. You're going to lose 20%. And all assignments must be turned in to pass this class, even late work. Okay, so yes, you had to click that one because all the answers were correct. Okay, got about 4 more questions. Ooh, we didn't look at that one, but your big research paper is worth how much? I just kind of had it up on the screen, but I didn't mention it. So, you guys were fast with that one. At the end of the semester, you will be turning in a really big research paper, and we are working on it throughout the semester. So like, I don't want you to panic and go, oh my gosh, I only have 2 weeks to work on a paper. We're building up to it, but that research paper will be worth 300 points. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Ooh, when is your first group presentation? I had the course calendar up on the screen. By chance, did you guys notice that? Okay. So I know we are in a virtual class, but believe it or not, you still are going to put on group presentations. And honestly, the students that I have had in the past couple semesters prefer the virtual group presentations. So I hope it's something that you actually kind of enjoy as well. Okay, so I don't want anybody to start panicking. Okay, I think the reason that the students like the virtual presentation is because you're not like standing right up in front of everybody. Okay. All right, we have just a couple left. Where can I find a copy of the syllabus? Okay. So just remember, it's always there in Blackboard under that syllabus calendar tab. And actually, if you guys noticed on Monday, I even sent you an email and I put it in that email as well. Okay. If you don't have a printer to print it, I would at least download it and make sure you have access to it. Okay. Jasmine has the streak now. All right. I think so. 2 more questions, right? Oh no, last question. How do I know when my homework is due? Okay. Whoever chose guess, you're my favorite person for the day. Okay. So here's the deal, you guys. After every class, I type something up on our announcements page and I make sure that I click an option that actually sends you an email of what I've just typed on the announcement page. So you've got all kinds of ways to figure it out. It's on your syllabus, it's on the Blackboard calendar, which I'm going to show you in a minute. It's on the announcements page, and it's actually will be in a weekly email. Okay, so you have access to the dates. You shouldn't have to guess. All right. Okay, let's see where that took us. All right, Beatrice is in 3rd. Lexi got 2nd. And Clicky? All right. Okay, so those of you that have never done Kahoot before, you just did a great job with your first round of Kahoot. Ah, gotcha. I was just trying to figure out who it was. Of course, it's Nick. Right on. Okay. Okay, so let me get out of that. Okay, sorry, no more Kahoot music. It's kind of sad. All right, let me go through a couple more things with you guys, and then I'm going to have you get up and walk away from your computers, okay? I need to get out of this. All right, and then I'm going to take us back into Blackboard. So take a deep breath. Like I said, a few more things, and then you are going to get a break, all right? Okay, so in the syllabus calendar tab, we found the syllabus, right? As I said, you guys aren't on campus, so you may not have access to print the syllabus, but please download it so that way you can get access to it when you're not connected to the internet. I want you to make sure you go through. Make sure you look at the course calendar specifically in the syllabus, because that lets you know when everything is due and it lets you know what you need to prep for the next class. Okay. What you guys need to understand is that for all of these assignments, this is a 3-credit class, which means, okay, you really have to factor in about 9 to 12 hours a week to complete the activities and assessments. That could be reading, whatever. As I said while we were playing our Kahoot, I actually do like to give you time in class to work on stuff. I will always try to do that. Sometimes it may only be 15 minutes. Sometimes it may be more, but I do want you to make sure that you're utilizing any in-class time that I do give you. Okay. We're going to come back to this syllabus in just a minute, but I wanted to point out that we have a class calendar. Okay, so when in doubt, you can actually go and look. I have just our class selected here. Okay. On our calendar, it will tell you the assignments that are coming up. It'll have the time. This is an assignment that we're going to work on in class and we're going to talk about in a little bit. Applying critical thinking to images. Believe it or not, this is due by midnight tonight. But again, we're going to be working on it in class. Okay, so this calendar can show you what's coming up. For those of you that have a few classes this semester, your classes will show up on the calendar, but they should be different colors. Okay, our class is this forest green looking color. Okay, all right. Now, I'm going to take you back to the announcements page really quickly. When you guys load up our class Blackboard, it should take you to this page automatically. This is where I am referring that each week I will be posting our weekly homework. So like once we're done with class, I try to keep everything updated and in there. As I said, not everybody has their textbooks. So there's going to be some things that we aren't going to get to in class. Okay. So the up-to-date information on homework is always on the announcements page right here. Okay. Let me see. What else did I want to tell you? Oh, all right. Let me take you back to the syllabus calendar. So if you guys were looking at the screen while I was going through this, you will notice that there was this little thing on the bottom that says in-class activity. So we've gone through all the syllabus. There's something else I would love for you to do. Okay, that is email instructor. So do you guys notice over here on the left, there's these fabulous tabs here. You can email me directly from Blackboard. You can email your classmates directly from Blackboard. There's no need to try to go through your email account and try to find my name. All you have to do is click that and I'm selected right away. So what I want you guys to do is just write me a quick email, put syllabus in the subject. Whoops. And I just want you to say, I understand the syllabus, I know where to find the syllabus, things like that. Or if you have class questions, things that you're concerned about already, please go ahead and type those in. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to do that. We're going to come back, talk about one thing, and then we're going to take a break. Okay, so take 5 minutes and send me an email, and then we will discuss one more thing and then break time. So I'm going to give you till about 10:09, and then I'm going to check in with you. Okay, so everybody send me an email. I'm going to mute my microphone. So it sounds like most of you are familiar with Blackboard. Every class is a little bit different. As far as our class, obviously you know the announcement page. Here is the correct virtual classroom link, okay, the one that's under class information. Here is our syllabus and calendar. We went through that. And then here is where you will be able to find your grades. So there's two things I want to show you in here, and then I'm having you guys go on break. So I'm going to click on how this class works. I am not going to go through all of this, but kind of gives you a rundown of like where you can find everything, what is in each of the different groupings of links over on the left, okay? So it's just a general information just for you. Okay, the resources section is actually even kind of a pretty cool thing for you guys. There are some tools in there that can help you out, especially for this class, because you guys are going to be doing all that research and everything. Okay, all right. The other thing that I want to show you is my grades. Again, I'm sure you guys are familiar with this. There's not going to be any grades because I haven't submitted any homework. But when you guys submit your homework, it will have a grade in here. What I want to make note of right now, because it seems like every semester I have students who don't realize this. I almost always put comments on everything, even like your small assignments. I provide feedback. So when you're looking at your grades, I believe it's like a little chat bubble, actually, is what it looks like. If you click on that, you will be able to see my feedback for your assignment, okay? The reason that I give you feedback is because I want to tell you, hey, you are doing super awesome on this. Or, hey, did you happen to notice that this is a familiar mistake? So, take note and learn from it, and we'll go from there. So, please take the time to read through any feedback that I may give you on your homework. Know that it is there to help you, I promise, okay? Another thing is that some of these assignments actually have a rubric, and the rubric is how your assignments are being graded. So, as you're working, let's say as you're working on critical analysis number 1, if you want to know what I'm looking for when I'm grading, click on the rubric and it will show you, okay, kind of the different categories. If you do list view and show descriptions, oh no, it's not showing the descriptions. Well, that's not helpful for you guys. Okay, so you will at least see the category on what it is I'm looking for, and it lets you know what the point breakdown is, okay? So just a little, hey, look, this is here if you are curious, okay? All right, here is what I want to do, my friends. I want you guys to take a break. I want you to walk away from your computers, go breathe, be part of the human world. I am going to give you, let's see here, what is this, 12:10? I'm going to give you a 13-minute break. I know that's a weird number, but I'm weird and you'll get that figured out really quickly. So I'm going to set our timer for 13 minutes. Feel free to walk away from your computer and then just be back here by the time the timer is done. Okay? Go take a breather. All right, so we left off in the grade section. We don't need to talk anymore about that. But what I want you guys to do, and again, please feel free to click around on your computer as well if you would like to. I want you guys to click on the learning plans, okay, the learning plan tab. So under this tab, in this folder, however you want to word that, are all of the learning plans that we are going to use for our semester together, okay? They're all pretty organized. Matter of fact, if you look at your syllabus, it even lets you know what learning plan we're going to try to focus in the day of class, okay? The other thing I like that I have here is you'll notice you don't have to click in the learning plan to find your due dates, okay? The due dates are listed right there for you. So this is one other place that you can find the due dates for your specific assignments. You'll also notice it lets you know what folder you can find that assignment in, okay? And then I let you know how many points that assignment is worth, okay? So hopefully that's helpful. Again, it's just one more place that you can find that information that you need, okay? All right, so what I want you guys to do, again, click along with me if you would like to. I'm going to take you into Learning Plan 1, which is Think Critically, okay? I'm not going to go through everything today in this folder. There's no time for that. But if you are bored or you have extra time, feel free to click on this link and it will give you an overview of the week 1 assignments, though I don't know. It's not me. It's a department video, so you can watch it, but the most updated information is going to be on the announcements page, okay? So I'm going to take us into this critical thinking activities and assessments, okay? All right, before I move any further, does everybody know how I got to where I'm at? If anybody has any questions, you're not being able to find the links, please take to the chat box and let me know, okay? All right. So there's a couple of things that are in my folder that you won't see in your folder, okay? I have my teacher's folder, you have the students folder. I'm going to show you a little bit of a video. Well, actually, it is available for you guys. Have you guys watched any of the Men in Black movies? Take to the chat box. Let me know. I want to see how many of you have actually ever seen it. Okay, so good. I got some of you. Okay, some say yes, some say no. Okay, so I'm just going to give you like a really quick background so you can kind of figure out like what the heck is going on in this video. So the first Men in Black, you've got Will Smith, okay? I'm probably going to get the story wrong too, but there's an organization, the Men in Black, who know there's aliens out there, who know there's like weird things out there, and they're kind of the group that patrols it, polices it, protects the world from any type of alien invasion, any bad stuff, okay? One of the Men in Black has actually come in contact with Will Smith and has, I guess, invited him to a tryout, a test, if you will, okay? So what he is in right now is basically test time for the Men in Black, okay? So I'm going to show this video. Now, before I show this video, I think we've worked out any bugs. In the past, when I would show videos, the class would crash, but I think as long as they're embedded in Blackboard, we're okay. If class should crash when I try to show you this video, everybody just go back and sign back in, okay? But I think we should be okay. So I'm going to show you this Men in Black critical thinking. I want you to watch and tell me or see if you understand how Will Smith is using critical thinking in this video, okay? All right, so here goes nothing. I'm always nervous. I'm always afraid it's going to crash on us. All right, once it's playing, I will make the screen bigger, okay? At any point, if you need to, you should still be able to use the chat box to let me know if there is any problems. I always like to show the first few seconds to make sure that you guys can hear and see the video. Okay, so let me show you the first couple seconds. Maybe. Oh, oh gosh. It worked just fine before. Let's try it one more time and see what happens. I literally played this video in Blackboard last night. Okay. Hold that thought. I'm going to try one thing. If it doesn't work, then I guess we're going to have to go without Will Smith, which is kind of sad. Okay. So hang on. All right. I'm going to take us back into Blackboard and get away from our YouTube screen. Okay. So come back up. I did realize that I did not include a PDF file of this. So I have an activity that I want you guys to do. Take to the chat box. Let me know, have you guys ever used the breakout groups in your classes before, in your virtual classes? Okay, some yeses, some nos. Okay, cool. All right. Well, let me explain this activity and then I'll explain the breakout groups just a little bit. Hopefully that way nobody's nervous, okay? So our activity is this sheet right here. It's called What is Critical Thinking? And I'm going to need you guys to download it and have access to it. So take a moment, download it. Let me know if you can't open it. If you cannot open it, I will really quickly make a PDF and upload it there. So you download it and open it. I'm going to open it up on my screen, okay? Okay, good. When you open it, it should look like this document that I have on the screen right now. Okay. I'm going to move forward with this. If you guys are running into any issues with the document, just take to the chat box and let me know, all right? Okay, so this activity is called What is Critical Thinking? So we just watched Will Smith and we discussed some of the critical thinking skills he used. So Sir Francis Bacon, okay, believe it or not, actually kind of a cool guy, way back in the 1600s, said, "For myself, I found that I was fitted for nothing so well as the study of truth, as having a mind nimble and versatile, enough to catch the resemblance of things, and, at the same time, steady enough to fix and distinguish their subtler differences, as being gifted by nature with desire to seek, patience to doubt, fondness to meditate, slowness to assert, readiness to consider, carefulness to dispose and set in order, and as a man that neither affects what is new nor admires what is old, and that hates every kind of imposture." So a shorter version is the art of being right, okay? So more prosaically, we're talking about critical thinking, okay? Critical thinking is the skillful application of a repertoire of validated general techniques for deciding the level of confidence you should have in a proposition in the light of available evidence, okay? That's a mouthful, right? We've got a couple of other different definitions. We have one from the dictionary.com. We have one from from Wikipedia, not encyclopedia. You guys can even use Google for what we're about to do here, okay? Because Google is going to take you to a whole bunch of links for critical thinking. What I am going to do is I am going to put you guys into breakout groups. So those of you who have never been in breakout groups before, you actually don't really have to do too much. I'm going to put everybody in groups. I will click a button and it will actually separate you in groups. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the only thing that you guys have to do, it's been a while since I've been in a breakout group. The only thing you have to do is click the link that says like accept or something. Am I right? Can any of you classmates verify that for me? Okay, yes, okay. There is. There's just like an accept thing. It will say join. Thank you, Jasmine. Okay. So once you join, once you're in your groups, I want you guys to turn your mics on. I can totally get not wanting to turn your camera on because of Wi-Fi or because maybe you're still sitting there in your pajamas. I don't know. But please turn your microphone on because it's much easier to have that discussion. You can use the chat box and you may need to use it as you are kind of discussing your answers. But please try to communicate with the microphone and the chat box, okay? What you guys are going to do is you're going to have this document open and your group is going to discuss a few things, okay? On this document, there are actually 3 questions, okay? I want you to look at kind of the definitions here, or as I said, feel free to use Google if you're still kind of confused. Look around from the definition and answer the questions. How do these definitions compare to your understanding of critical thinking? Okay. 2, what is the most important aspect of the critical thinking process? And 3, how are ethics, writing, and critical thinking related? Okay. I'm going to add one thing that I want you guys to do in your groups. I want you as a group to define critical thinking. I want you guys to come up with a definition. Okay. So while you are in your groups, you will discuss these questions, these 3 questions, come up with your own definition of critical thinking. I want you to designate a scribe in your group, so someone who's willing to kind of write these answers down, because once we come back into class, I'm going to want you to use the chat box to put your answers in, okay? And then we're going to kind of look at them. Does anybody have any questions on what I just went through, what you need to do with the breakout groups? Please take to the chat box and let me know if you are unsure of what I'm asking you to do. Okay. I am going to give you guys, it's always hard to kind of determine how much time, but I am going to give you guys 20 minutes to discuss this. Okay. When you are in your breakout sessions, there is a clock. So you can watch that clock. It will tell you how long you've been in your session. So after 20 minutes, I will close the session, or the breakout groups, excuse me, breakout sessions, and it will bring you into our main classroom. Okay. Do your best to answer these. I am not looking for paragraphs, you guys. If you use one sentence to answer these 3 questions, that's cool. Or a sentence per each question. And then, as I had asked you before, make sure you come up with a critical thinking definition as a group. Okay. So any last questions before I put you in your groups? All right. Well, I'm going to do that. Watch the clock. I will talk to you guys in about 20 minutes. Okay, sorry. Okay, so for tonight's assignment, you're going to have to use the internet to find an image. Okay, you're going to apply your definition of critical thinking. So you can either use the definition that you came up with in groups or just your own personal definition, what you see as critical thinking. You're going to apply that to the image. Okay, some of you said social cues. Some of you said really, looking at it to try to find, the best bit of information. So begin by finding a visual piece of historical propaganda. It could be an advertisement for a nonprofit or a for-profit moral initiative, or a public service announcement, okay, a PSA. So it could be any of those things. And we give you some examples. So like many nonprofit groups such as PETA, the Humane Society, the NRA, all, other organizations, they really focus on visual images, okay? Usually with just a little bit of text to persuade their audiences, okay? So you're going to need to go search, okay? Use keywords. I mean, you can literally type in historical propaganda, or you can type in any of these organizations. I'm trying to think. So we have PETA, Humane Society. Some of the, I don't know if you guys watch television. I can't think of the organizations that always show the dogs that are shivering and cold and can't you donate money to this organization. Those are all images, organizations that you could use, okay? So what you are going to do is in a Word document, okay, or in a document that you can save as a Word, you are going to either copy the image like and paste it in the document, or just copy the link to where you found the image. Okay, and you're going to answer the following questions regarding the image that you found. Okay, please note for each question, you should provide no less than 3 to 5 sentences. Okay, 3 to 5 sentences for each of these questions. So once you have found your image, oops, sorry, I had too many fingers on my trackpad. Okay, so like this would be question 1. So like 1, 2, 3. So in 3 to 5 sentences, answer this. What do you see? What is most striking or shocking? What is the overall effect? Okay. And you're just going to go through and answer these questions about your image. You are applying critical thinking to this image. Okay. Do you have any questions on that? Do you understand what it is you need to do for this? Okay, so you're going to find your image. You're either going to paste that image or just the link to the image in a document. And then I want you to answer these questions. Now, please remember, this is English Comp 2. So I want, excuse me, full sentences, correct punctuation, correct capitalization, all of those things, okay? Excuse me. You do not have to put this in paragraph form or like an actual paper. You literally can, if you wanted to copy and paste these questions in your document and then just write the answers underneath them, that is perfectly fine. You're not writing a paper, okay? The focus here is on your critical thinking skills. So what I want to do, you guys, we have 30 minutes left of class. I want you guys to take the last 30 minutes and I want you to work on this assignment. I do want you to take note that there are examples in this assignment folder. Sorry, I was going to load one up. So like, here's an example, okay? This is the image. So the student actually pasted the image in here. So I mean, look at this. This is like terrible. We have this adorable looking puppy here, right? And I don't know if you guys can tell, it looks like these are like makeup products, right? Okay, now this student, so the student actually put kind of the questions and then just the answers. Okay, that's how this student did it. So feel free to take a look at these examples if you're kind of stumped and you're not quite sure what you need to do. All right. So I'm going to let you guys use the next 30 minutes to work on this, to go find your image, to answer your questions. I'm going to be here in our class. So if you guys are stumped, I can help you work on this assignment. This assignment is due by midnight tonight. The assignment link is at the very, very bottom. So submit applying critical thinking to images. So click on the link. After you've finished your document and you have saved it as either a Word document or a PDF, go browse for it, okay? Select it, okay? And then once it's there, then click Submit, okay? Does anybody have any questions on that? Okay, I'm going to pop up my chat box here really quickly. The only other thing that I really need you guys to know is I will need you to read, I'm typing in the chat book, sorry. Chapter 9 in our textbook. So I know some of you still don't have your textbook. Next week, because of that, we're kind of waiting to talk about chapters 1 and 2. Next week, I'm hoping we can talk about these chapters and that everybody will have their textbook. If you have not contacted me already about not having your textbook, will you please at least private message me in our chat box or email me and let me know that you don't have a textbook yet, okay? We'll figure something out. We will work around it, okay? So for right now, please work on this applying critical thinking to images, okay? And again, I'm going to be right here to answer any questions on this. You guys have done great today, even with all the hiccups. I am hoping you can take a deep breath for today, and that you're able to get the work done, getting everything understood. Yeah. So, as I said at the beginning of the classroom or class time, please keep in contact with me if you guys are ever worried or confused or anything, okay? I'm pretty good at answering your emails. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to shut up now so you guys can work. I'm going to leave it up to you. You are welcome to sign out of class and work, but I'm staying here. I will be here until 11:50 to answer any questions with this assignment, okay? And as I said, please let me know if you have not received a textbook yet, okay? Other than that, if you guys don't have any questions, please go ahead and get to work on this, okay?